Yeah.
All right. Hi, Sarah. Welcome.
Hi,
So
Conde. Thank you.
thank you for joining me.
Right.
So where are you from? And can you let anyone watching this know what it is you do, the magic that you bring to the world, and what your main offer is?
Oh yeah. So I'm Sarah Waters. My company is Waters Photographs. So I'm a photographer. I live in Sherwood, Oregon, which is south of Portland. I live in the beautiful wine country on a 26-acre horse farm in my Airstream with my 2 yellow labs. And I've been a photographer for many, many years. My dad was a photographer. His dad was a photographer. And my main offer is helping people tell their stories for their business. I work with a lot of entrepreneurs. I do work with some commercial businesses, doing product photography and that kind of thing. And I'm also developing retreats that I'm going to start doing to help people figure out if they're stuck in life and they want to just have an adventure out somewhere and kind of do some soul searching and learn a little bit about photography and beautiful hikes and that kind of thing. I'm developing some retreats around that in Eastern Oregon and different parts of the world, actually. So, yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
So let's pretend we're in a time machine and let's go back to the time before you joined my program. Can you tell me a little bit about what your life was like and what your business was like, what it looked like before joining my program?
Yeah. So my business was off and on profitable, I would say. I've always seemed to get to like a certain income level and then it would just all go away, or just not be able to go beyond that income level. Sometimes I would feel just paralyzed and have a lot of fear and anxiety, like debilitating anxiety. When I would look at my bank account, for instance, I was telling myself all these stories that were really hindering me. And I really didn't know how to get to the heart of the problems. Like I knew there was all this subconscious junk happening, but I didn't really know how to get to the heart of what was happening. And so I just felt really stuck. I felt embarrassed, especially about my age. Like at my age, I should be doing way more than this. I'm making way more than this. So there was a lot of shame and a lot of embarrassment, some guilt for things I'd done, just all the things. Just feeling like I'd held myself back for a really long time. But money was probably my biggest issue for sure.
Yeah.
So,
well, I was going to ask what your biggest problem was.
Yeah.
But I think you just answered that. But
Yeah.
What do you think your biggest problem was?
Yeah, I think my biggest problem was just knowing I had these money issues and not knowing why it kept happening, because it was clearly subconscious stuff happening. Because I see people all around me being successful doing the same exact things. So it's like, okay, so there's something amiss here. There's something awry and I have no idea what it is. Something so deep down that I can't uncover it by myself. I need help, basically.
Yeah.
So
why did you choose my program over other people's programs?
Yeah, I'm more of an introverted person. And so, putting myself out there to anybody is a big deal for me. So I have to feel really safe and comfortable. And I came across your program through the interwebs, through Facebook, I believe. And I don't know, I just instantly kind of connected with you. And I actually saw a photo of you sitting on Joe Dispenza's lap in your profile. And I was like, hey, and she lives near me. I need to meet that gal. She looks really cool. And so I instantly, I just went into your group, and then I just really resonated with you as a person and just your kind way of being. And then the program just sounded amazing. You told me about the program and it sounded just really exactly what I needed. It was just really perfect timing. And I'm trying to think, there was something about the way you spoke that just felt really comfortable or comforting and like easy. And I felt like I could be vulnerable and safe around you. So yeah, that
Thank,
was,
thank you.
yeah.
I'm
Yeah, it was
glad.
mostly you. So it was you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What were the biggest things that helped you from my program?
Mhm. Yeah. So I would say, like I said before, I knew I had some subconscious things that were hindering me and I did not know what they were. And so it was amazing to have you guide me through the process of uncovering those things and then working through each one individually. And they were the gamut. I mean, it wasn't just, it was money, but it was all of the other things and all the stories I've been telling myself literally for decades. And the people that had been in my life that had been telling me things that I had been holding on to. Um, so the super conscious clearing was amazing. I just remember feeling just light after that, after we went through that exercise. And yeah, so just going by the things one by one, breaking them down and clearing them out was amazing.
What do you think helped you the most?
I think, so you have all these like precursor questions that you ask that really get into the deep, into the whys of why I was thinking the things I was thinking to myself. And those questions really would like release and uncover these stories that were hidden so deep that I didn't even realize. And so, yeah, just bringing those stories to light, it was just such a great detailed process of all the questions. I think self-discovery is so important, and having someone who is skilled at getting to the heart of things and knowing the right questions to ask. Because sometimes you would have like a series of questions that you plan to ask, but then other questions would come up that would uncover even more and go even deeper. So that was what really helped, was just uncovering those stories that I didn't even know, existed.
Right.
That were hindering me.
And we all have them. We all have stories.
We all have them. And there's more. And it's a continual process of uncovering those things, I think,
It is. And it's kind of finding some joy in that discovery, right? Some excitement. So
yeah,
let's talk about results now, because I want to know, as a result of taking action in my program, what results did you get?
Yeah.
What did you experience? Yeah.
Yeah. So I would say one of the biggest results is that I don't have anxiety anymore, like hardly, like barely ever. Like I used to get, like my bank accounts would get below, a certain balance, or sometimes even to zero. And, I was like, oh, okay, well, that's happening. It's not going to stay like, I don't have any anxiety over that anymore, which is crazy to think about. Like most people, most human beings will freak out, right? But I don't freak out anymore. I really don't. And I used to. I used to totally freak out. So I don't worry when things go wrong. I don't worry. I kind of am able to step back and look at it and be like, okay, that's happening. I wonder what's going on subconsciously. What do I need to figure out about that thing? Like, kind of, oh, isn't that interesting? Wonder what's happened. What am I thinking that I need to switch up? And I would say also my income, it tripled to like having consistent 4-figure months after that.
Wow.
I'm
glad I asked.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I've even had a few 5-figure months since we worked together.
Nice.
And I've even bought a building since we've worked together, which, I never thought I would buy a building. Like what?
Right. That was one of your dreams. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and just having the confidence to think that's even a possibility that I could, achieve that. And knowing that, like, when I was going through that process of buying the building, there were things that happened where it was like, okay, this doesn't look like it's meant to be, and kind of thing. And I kind of just was able to confidently release it. And then it came back to me, and it all worked out in a way that I never even imagined. And I just think having done the work and having that confidence of being able to release it helped that happen for me. So Yeah.
I remember having that conversation with you about
Yeah.
that piece of property, and you were like,
Yeah.
can I do this? And I'm like, of course you can. Let's do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
manifest it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
if you were to like on a late night infomercial about my
Mm-hmm.
program, what bold claim would you say about it to convince someone who
Mm-hmm.
is on the fence about investing in my program? What would you say?
Okay. So I would say, get it now. No. uh, yeah. Um, I would say Conde Bartlett and her program, Creating Divine Momentum, will help you flip the switch on really anything that you're struggling with in your life. Whether it's money, whether it's relationships, whether it's your health, you name it. I mean, she will intuitively guide you towards living a life that you never really even thought was possible. And I'm living proof that her methods and her guidance empower you to reach your next level, and whatever that looks like for you. And I feel like she's a one-stop shop to get your life where you want it to go, and is an amazing spiritual guide.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
So
You like
like, wow.
true.
How,
And that it's all true. I mean, it really is.
yes, I love it. I love it. Thank you for sharing that. So
Mhm.
how has this made a difference in your life and your future?
Oh gosh, it's made all the difference. It's made all the difference, really. I mean, I'm not perfect and I still have things that I need to work on, but I feel like I've been lifted out of this fog that I was in, of like um being I was like a timid, more unconfident, more uncertain person before I was in your program. And after, I just feel way more empowered and assured, and more on my way to my own greatness, and just the possibilities really are endless, and I still have more work to do, but I feel like I have more of the tools to get there. And I know that I can come to Conde if I ever need any further help to go, if there's something that crops up, it's like, okay, I can just go, and she knows my story. She knows me, and she'll know how to guide me through whatever comes up.
Yeah,
So yeah.
that's wonderful.
Yeah.
So where do you think you'd be right now if you hadn't taken action and actually joined my program?
Mm. I mean, I could easily still be wallowing in the same place that I was, and still having that anxiety, which is so debilitating. And yeah, I just think I would not be as far along as I am, for sure. Because yeah, it broke the mesmerization that I was. Is that a word? I was mesmerized
It is
by
now.
these stories, and like, it really kind of broke that, and freed me up to really discover more of my capabilities.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Mesmerized.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's our stories they can be like a trance,
Mm-hmm.
kind of
Mm-hmm.
like our own self hypnosis,
Mm-hmm.
but in the wrong way.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
are
Totally.
there any final comments that you'd like to say to someone who's maybe wondering if this program is right for them? What would you say?
I would say just hop on a call with Conde and see what she has to say. And I can pretty much guarantee you'll understand. It's hard to know what something is until you actually, you know, talk to the person doing the program. And I think Conde's Conde's way of helping people is just really amazing. And it's nothing I've experienced before. And I think really it could help anybody. And so I would say just definitely give her a call and check her out, for
Thank
sure.
you, Sarah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
also, where can people find you on the internet if they want to get some amazing? I mean, Sarah has done a lot of my photography. She also has clients that are 7-figure, probably going on 8-figure clients.
Yeah.
So where can they find you?
Yeah, my website is watersphotographs.com. So not waters photography, but photographs. So watersphotographs.com, and Instagram, I'm at Sarah with an H, Waters Photographs.
Thank you. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for joining me today, and and for sharing your story and your experience working with me, because it's going to help other people make a decision that may forever change their life in a positive way.
Yeah, well, I hope so. I mean, yeah, I know you've helped a lot of people, and there's a lot more that you're going to help with your amazingness. So
Thank you,
I
Sarah.
appreciate all you've done for me.
Well, it's mutual. Thank you so much for joining me, and have a great rest of the day.
You are so welcome.
All right.